Hello everyone, Alex is here. Today I will talk about the Sony 70-200 G Master, the first version. You might ask yourself, why am I reviewing a 9 years old lens instead of the new released version 2? Well, first, because it's noticeably cheaper. Second, most of you, including me, can get away with the first version without the extra cost. And the interesting part is that I didn't try the version 2 of it. So this review is gonna be about how adequate this lens is without knowing the improvements regarding autofocus, sharpness and weight that were implemented in the newer version. Without further ado, let's start with the design. Most of it built from premium metals, which is good in a way, but also reflect badly on the weight because this lens weighs over 2 pounds. Even the dimensions are huge, as 3.5 inches in diameter and 7.5 inches long. To be fair though, most of the lenses with this focal length has similar weight and size, and this one is not an exception. It has 18 groups and 23 elements with circular aperture blades and 77mm filter thread. On the side, there are 4 switches for fast functions, like manual focus and OSS, because yes, this lens is optically stabilized, and it's also weather sealed. And the lens hood is also in white and comes with a holding button. So design wise, there are no complaints, maybe except for the weight. But this is not the only flaw for this lens. The second one is what's gonna define if it's good for you or not, and that is the autofocus. If I have to describe it in one word, I would say it's average. But don't let that push you down yet. Keep in mind that all the lenses that I use are primes, so maybe I'm a little bit spoiled. By the way, I tried this lens with the Sony a7 IV. That has one of the fastest autofocus in the market. Don't get me wrong though, it's still usable, but that depends on what kind of shooter are you. For example, fast motion photos are this lens's greatest enemy. I will tell you by the end of the video if this lens is good for you, depending on your kind of work. And things are not really different when it comes to video recording. Take a look at the test and let me know in the comments what do you think of it. Is it good enough for you, or do you need a faster autofocus? As you saw, it's not bad by any means, considering that this lens is really old. Or maybe our thought is gonna be way better, considering how pricey it is, with all the third-party lenses around. Now let's move to the photo samples to see if the image quality is good enough to forget about the autofocus part. Here are the photos that I took with the beautiful model Tamara. Make sure to check her Instagram after the video. As you saw, the photo quality is impressive on this lens. There is something about the G Master optics that make the images so buttery and pleasing to the eyes. It's sharp enough for all users and the background compression is great, so I don't think there are any compromises here. Unless if you are a sharpness seeker, and all of us were at one stage, until you start recording videos and see that 4K and sharp lenses are your worst nightmares. Even in photos, Having to edit all the sharp flaws is a big hustle. But if sharpness is your thing, you can find better options, like the Sigma 7200 or the version 2 of this G Master. To me personally, I prefer the Forward Creamy than extra sharp, considering that my camera shoots 33 megapixels. That will leave us now with who is this lens for. If you are a portrait photographer and you shoot events every once in a while and you're looking for versatility, this lens will be a perfect option for you. However, if you shoot sports like car racing or basketball, then I think paying the extra money for the version 2 is worth it. I know it's not a small amount, we are talking about an extra grand here, but Sony fixed all the problems that existed in this lens in the second version, such as autofocus and weight, so it's worth the investment. And always check other third-party lenses, like Tamron and Sigma. These companies are going wild last 4 or 5 years. Anyway, that's all for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this lens, and I will let you know if it's right for you. Don't forget to support the channel to help me keep going with these videos, and see you guys in the next video.